You just want to go?
Hey guys, if you're watching this, you've read Bird Box. This is our discussion video. I'm Jessica.
I'm Christina.
And you're watching Game of Tones. Woohoo!
Okay. We're jumping right into it, so if you haven't read it, spoiler alert, it's all kinds of spoilers. So get out of here.
We're gonna
go watch the review video of it.
So we decided to discuss this book because we thought it was excellent. We read this book for our book club, and the discussion there was excellent. I think it was the best one we've had so far.
It was very dynamic and very interesting. So we decided to...
Lots of different opinions.
Yes, there was. Yes.
There was some people that were like about it, but I was blown away. I loved it. You have some problems.
I had a few issues with it, but I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it. I would read it again, but it's like...
You would read it again.
I would read it again.
That's a big deal.
I really liked it a lot. And the more I thought about it afterwards, the more I liked it. But once I finished it, I kind of had some...
She had some problems, and we'll talk about those problems when we get there in the story. So you meet her in the house.
Yeah.
And the children, kind of. And then you see the stains all over the house that she's trying to get out.
Yeah.
And it's like...
the part of the house that she doesn't even go to.
Yeah.
Like the very end of the hallway and stuff.
It's like, what happened here?
Yeah, it's creepy.
It is real. And then you finally get to that house after she's made it there. She had that drive.
Oh, yeah, like blacked out,
like
everything.
Oh, no, not that one. The first drive, when she gets from her house where her sister dies.
Yeah.
So she gets there, and then you meet everybody, and you're like, so everyone in this house dies.
Everyone dies. And I know...
And the whole book, you're like, how do they all die?
I know you said something about having, like, the anxiety of knowing that everybody dies.
It was...
Like, through the whole thing, because you really get to like these characters a lot.
Right.
And see their struggles and how they go together.
And every time something little would happen, I'd be like, this is it. This is where they all die.
Like, don't go outside! It's a trap!
Those birds you're bringing in the house,
they're the creatures!
Which is stupid.
Throughout this whole thing, you know she's pregnant, and you know they're gonna die. So, are they gonna die before she gives birth? Or are they there to help her? Or, which leads us into...
Is his name George? Tom's friend.
It is George.
Who dies.
I looked it up in the book to double check.
Good job, thank you. Because I would have remembered.
I double checked. The guy who originally owned the house, who made it a safe house for everybody and wanted everybody to come.
I really liked his theory.
I did too, and I really liked the idea that there were people there,
and I was like,
who
maybe
were taking
they'll just
initiative.
Absolutely, at a high price.
It kind of reminded me almost of Harry Potter with the basilisk, where Hermione was like using the mirror.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was, but I was reading it at the same time.
With
the camera.
Yeah.
It didn't work out that way though.
No.
Not in this book.
No, these creatures are just as deadly as the basilisk.
Yeah.
Except worse, because then you actually die.
Yeah.
Instead of get petrified.
Yeah, cameras don't help.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was just petrified because he was dead through a camera?
I feel like there would have been everybody in the world going, Harry Potter! It's just like Harry Potter! Okay, that's
his death was nasty.
It was, it was pretty gross.
It was really gross.
And it was, to me also, it was really sad because he was this guy who was like, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to try and figure stuff out and help people. And then he just strangles every single part of his body.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice way to put it, but like the skins that fold the skin like over a rope and stuff.
Ooh.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, okay, what else?
Okay. I'm trying to think of in order.
Me too. It's hard because it was so out of order.
Yeah, I was thinking about
the timeline.
Or should we talk about Olympia's showing up and like, oh, you're pregnant too? Because I didn't see that coming at all.
Olympia being pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah. That they would have it at the same time, or just that she was pregnant too?
Just that she was pregnant, period.
That there was another
because when it started, I was like...
She's got twins.
She's got twins. She just don't know because like, world's going crazy. You can't go to the doctors, you know.
Yeah.
That was, so when she showed up pregnant, I was like, oh.
So that's why there's 2 kids.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And I think she even called them twins. Didn't she at one point at the beginning?
Remember.
It seemed like she called them twins. But I mean, maybe I just imagined that. But I thought she called them twins, but it just turned out that they were just born on the same day.
Yeah.
Which is fantastical. Was that a problem? Did you have that problem with that? Was that one of your problems?
I didn't mention it, but someone in our book club did say, the likelihood of them going into labor on the same exact night and having the babies at the exact same time.
Right.
Like, come on, really? That does not happen, okay? It doesn't happen like that.
I thought it was cool.
For the book, it was really cool. But I do remember someone in our book club saying, like, I didn't really see that happening.
Right.
You know. But, purpose-wise for the story, it was perfect. It was absolutely went perfect with it. This is probably going to be a little scattered. Another issue that I did have with it was the dogs. That they went out and, Tom and I think Jules went with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out to get dogs. The only thing is that they were like, maybe the dogs are immune and they can't, they won't go crazy. Nobody knows,
Yeah, it seems like after having been there all that time, you would know that all. At some point there would be a flock of birds go by and they'd all scream and fall to the ground and they'd be like, oh.
Animals are affected by it.
So, like, another flock of birds has fallen.
Right. And I just kind of found it hard to believe that, like, they were gone so long with the dogs. Like, at one point they were gone for, like, a week or something trying to get supplies and stuff. And they come back and the dogs are fine. Maybe they are immune. We don't know, because if we saw a creature, we would have went insane too. So we don't know if we saw one or not, but the dogs are fine. Maybe they're immune. And then you find out that they're not because of Victor.
Poor Victor. That was a really sad death.
Felix's dog.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really sad.
It was.
And it sounded gruesome.
It did. Like, he was screaming and gnashing.
Because she couldn't see. She was blindfolded, obviously.
Yeah.
And so just him describing the sounds of it.
And knowing that that thing was in the room with her.
Yeah. That was, because he wouldn't let her go down to the cellar. She could smell, like, decaying bodies. And, like, I'm getting chills right now just talking about it. But, like, just, putting myself in that situation, which obviously would, like, never happen.
Yeah.
But thinking and just being so into the book, I'm like, I'm coming up on the cellar. Oh, the stench of decay. And then him not letting her go anywhere near it. And then him going crazy. It's like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Like, dogs are affected. Which brings me back. I just find it hard to believe that they were gone for, like, a week. And the dogs never saw a monster. But that's not, like, a huge deal.
No.
It was just kind of like, okay. Like, I'll go with it, Josh. Whatever you say.
I didn't mind that, honestly.
It's not like,
yeah.
It's not a deal breaker for me.
I get it.
It was just like a nitpicking.
Yeah. So there was that guy on the river in the beginning-ish. Open your eyes, for Christ's sake, the man shouts.
Sheer panic would be my reaction. Creepy.
That was like, so when, after that happened, and then Tom says later, I'd be curious to know how the creatures affect people who are already insane.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great, so the world's going to be full of people who are blind, people who are willing to live blindly, and crazy river men.
Other crazy people who are going to try to make you take off your blindfold. To die, basically. Not even to, like, go crazy.
Him and Gary.
Gary. Oh, the topic of Gary. Can we just say this dude gave off the creep vibes from the beginning?
Yeah.
Super creep.
Yeah. When someone came to the door, did you want her to open it?
I did not.
Really?
I did not. But I'm glad they did. And, obviously, like, not in the long run. Wait. But, after they did, I was like, yeah, it makes
a humane thing to do.
Yeah. If I was in that situation, I would. I would not be able to not open the door. I would just, I feel too much. No, but I do. In that situation.
People who read books are more empathetic.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Continue.
But to, like, not be in the book, I was like, don't open it! It's a monster! He's crazy! But, you know, it was...
He's a monster.
Yeah, that ended up being a terrible mistake, obviously. But, you know, and also maybe not. Who knows? Because if they would have never met Gary, who knows what would have happened in the end. Maybe they all would have died anyway. And maybe she wouldn't have ever got to the safe house. You just never know. It could have went a completely opposite direction without him. Which, of course, he's fantastic for the storyline. He's someone you love to hate. Yeah. You love, love, love to hate him. And the fact that, like, he gets away and she meets the crazy man on the river after Gary has gone away. And she's like,
yeah.
She wonders if it's Gary. And I'm like,
what? I didn't think of that.
Really? Yeah. Yes. It was like, that's what I thought. I was like, I wonder if that's Gary.
Well, you didn't even meet Gary when you met Crazy River Man.
Well, that's true, but I mean, like, afterwards.
Yeah. Like, wonder if that's Gary. No, I think Gary would be, he was a little more calculating.
I think that's when she mentioned him, first off, was my ice maker. Oh, God. I think that's where you met him, because she did say something about someone wanting revenge on her, and then I think that's when you meet Gary.
Oh, someone else had a different opinion about the Crazy River Man. Two people, actually, in our book club. Do you remember? They said that they felt like the Crazy River Man was about to go insane. And
they did, yeah. There was a debate whether he was sane and then took off his blindfold because he knew that she was near, or, you know, because they kind of ran into each other or whatever, or whether he was just insane from the get-go.
Yeah, which is what we thought.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought he was just insane from the get-go and was just floating down this river with his eyes open, insane, you know, just had been insane his whole life, obviously. And other people thought that
unaffected.
He was sane, and that was him going insane.
Right, that he had seen a creature and that he was about to kill.
Yeah, yeah. Because afterwards, and the sounds and noises he makes, and
which I respect their opinion, but
I do too.
They're wrong.
But you're totally wrong. But it's very That's what I like about it, is because it was really interesting that I never even considered it.
Yeah, me neither.
Not at all. Mm-hmm. As I read it, I was just like, oh yeah, he's just crazy.
Right. Let's talk about Olympia and her death.
Which was awful.
It was so sad, but she hands the baby over, and I was just like, yes.
See, I didn't really think about it until you said it, was that one last act of, like, love was giving her baby over, even when she was just completely insane.
Yeah.
Had enough as a mother sense to, you know, like, protect my baby.
Here's my baby.
Right. Ugh. In some form. Now, that's the way you read it, and I didn't even consider it. I just thought she was, like, just insane, like, oh yeah, here you go. But when you said that, I was like, you know, yeah, like, that makes more sense, and I like to believe that a lot better.
Good. And then she gets the phone call.
Oh,
no. Yeah. Well, before that even, like, she has to cover the baby's eyes.
Yeah.
And then that creature's in the room with her and the babies.
She can, like, feel it, like, breathing on her, didn't she say?
I don't remember.
Like, Gary's in the corner, and it's just... He's just, like, watching and just, like, telling her, like...
And then she has to go... The phone call happens, and she has to go blindfolded past all of her friends who are
dead. And see, this was another thing that we debated about, was who tore down the curtains and opened the doors. Was it Gary or was it Dawn?
So I looked this up on Wiki.
Yeah.
And they said it was Dawn influenced by Gary.
See, which is what I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was Gary. I did think it was Dawn. Influenced by Gary.
I think so.
Okay, so we were talking
about when she goes down the stairs after just having given birth... Like,
yeah.
I remember just, like, remembering what it was like to give birth and how painful that was, and then imagining going down the stairs like that.
She scoots even. She scoots across the attic to the ladder and then goes down the ladder.
I didn't read it that she was scooting, but more like...
With her hands? But she had the baby... Oh, she put the babies in her lap. She did say that.
She put the baby... So she took the babies downstairs? What did she do with the babies?
Yes, she did. She took the babies with her downstairs.
Oh... How did she do that?
I'm pretty sure she said something about sat them in her lap and then...
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I mean, we can reread it and see. But
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure she took the babies with her.
Ugh.
I don't know. Just, it seems very painful. That was intense.
Yeah, that was really intense.
So she gets a phone call.
Yeah.
About the safe house.
And then you learn how she learned about the safe house.
Yep, and then obviously you learn that she waited 4 years to do it. And then she talks about it and says that she's been making up excuses or waiting for a perfect foggy day when she can go unseen. Breaks my heart. I totally get why she does it, but breaks my heart raising them.
Yeah.
To wake with their eyes closed. And
when you're a mom and you read about kids and harrowing circumstances,
it hits you a lot more.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, which sounds so cliche, but it really does. It really does. I can't imagine like myself in that situation with like my own son, let alone like another person's baby, and you know, raising them to they sleep in cages, you know, on
so she's on the boat and she hears Tom's voice over the speaker.
Yeah. That was heartbreaking.
It was. And she got attacked by a freaking
okay, what was it? She thought it was a wolf. But
surely it was a wolf.
Someone else, didn't someone say from book club that they thought it was a monster?
One of the creatures?
Yeah. But I don't know.
I think she would know the difference.
I think it would be.
I think it was a wolf.
A wolf, yeah.
So she gets to the safe house and meets Rick. Did you buy his explanation of the
blindness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I did too.
I didn't question it.
Me either.
But it was really shocking.
Yeah.
Really shocking.
And then my favorite part of the book happens where she gives the kids their names.
Their names, yeah. Very fitting.
Tom and Olympia.
Yeah.
I was just like...
I wasn't super surprised by it, but I was really pleased with it.
I was. Like, I thought, like, she calls them boy and girl, like, truly, you know. But, you know, it was so harrowing, and it was such an unnecessary luxury.
Yeah.
That when she gets to name them, it's like, we're safe now, kids.
It's like breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, oh, yeah, I like my name.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
That was really, really nice. Yeah, the whole blinding thing with Rick was really shocking to me. It was. Very, very shocking. Like, to resort to that, but, like, the situation,
this is part of why it reminded me of Terminus in The Walking Dead, because they get to, like, the safe house, and then is it safe or not?
Anyway.
Oh, so did you... Okay, last thing.
Which is a very, very interesting topic. The whole topic of the whole book that you cannot read without discussing. The appearance of the creatures.
What did you have something in mind when you...
I didn't really have anything specific in mind. I know some people who weren't super big fans of the book in book club were calling it like Scooby-Doo swamp monster style, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't really... I thought more realistically monsters, but still like just terrifying and gruesome and just... like, really long nails. I remember thinking they'd have really long nails. I thought of them like human-like, like walking around like humans and stuff, but just being like, maybe like hunchback, and just like maybe scaly and dark colors, and just like gross, and like big teeth.
So you did have an image.
Yeah, I guess so. But I didn't like think it in my head. It was just kind of like, as I was reading, I was like, oh, these things are horrible, you know?
Okay, so I had a really different view of what they were.
I thought was really interesting. I never once...
So they talked about the creatures being from another dimension and being like infinity, that your brain can't comprehend them. And so like I pictured like maybe like a large creature and like you can't see what it is, but you see its outline, and like the background is like cosmos, and then there's the outline of them going on and on and on until infinity. Mm-hmm. And then when she said, oh, they're beautiful, like, I imagined it to be more, like, angelic.
Yeah. I think that's a really interesting take on it, because they do. Every person who has seen them before they go crazy, or albeit if they're already insane, has said they're beautiful, they're beautiful, they're beautiful. And I never once thought about angelic beings, and I know they do talk about, like, your mind just can't comprehend them.
Right.
And I really, really like that angle on it. I really, really like that angle on it.
So, tell us what you think these creatures look like down below, what you imagine them to be.
Or any other issues with anything that we've said or didn't say. Just...
let's have a discussion.
Yeah, let us know. we'll hit you back up.
Cool. All of our links will be down below. Come be our friends. I'm Jess, Game of Tomes.
I am Christina, GOT,
on Twitter, and we will see you in the comment section down below. Bye.
Bye.
Well, so she gets to the safe house.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah, because she freaks out at first.
Yeah.
When she sees them, she was like, I burped a little bit. I didn't want to blow it in your face.
Thanks.